And welcome back, everyone, to its last call. Last call with the alcohol only on the last call YouTube channel. Joining me here, this man is going to be fighting once again. It's going to be a weird boxing MMA doubleheader. It's only on Showtime. He'll be taking on Alex Polizzi all the way in San Jose, California. Well, he's hoping to continue his undefeated streak in his winning ways. I give you all the way right now somewhere in either Colorado or Ohio. We're going to find out what's going on. I give you it is Bass Pro's favorite son. I give you Grant Neal. So Grant, you Alex Polizzi, it's you gotta be up late. How is this gonna work? Because usually you guys fight, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You're waiting on the boxing. So how they explain what's going on? Are you going to be fighting during the boxing event? What the hell is going on here when you picked up the contract? Well, okay, a boxing header.
I literally just picked up the contract, saw the name, and I was like, all right, let's go. So I didn't get much detail. I got the fight call last week, so it was I guess it's kind of short, a little bit shorter notice, but I'm always in training camp. So I felt really good about this fight. It's a fight that I think will be an awesome opportunity. And I honestly don't know the format of how they're going to do anything. I just said, I'm ready to fight.
Let's talk about what you do know. You're taking on Alex Polizzi. This is a guy who he's pretty good. He's 8-1. His only loss is to Julius Anglickas, who's built like a tank. He's coming off a straight armbar win over Gustavo Trujillo. What makes him good? Like from what you and your team have seen, he's beat some decent opponents. Rafael Carvalho, Jamal Pogues. Like, what makes him an efficient, good fighter?
I think he's a very, very solid grappler, and I believe that he is extremely, extremely tough. If you watch a lot of his fights, a lot of guys punch themselves out, so to speak, trying to finish him. And being up at altitude, I feel like I have the skill set and I have the lungs to go as long as it may take. And being tough, it's a part of the sport, but I don't think it's the only thing. But he is like you hit the nail right on the head. He is a tough guy.
I know your previous opponent, you said, he's a very good college wrestler, but he's not. You weren't sure if he's an MMA wrestler. Please, he's an MMA wrestler. So how much more difficult is that having a guy who, as I said, he's a good grappler. He knows if he goes to the ground, he can start working an armbar, working a leg lock. He's somebody who, no matter where you are, he's comfortable. He knows exactly what he can do, what he can't do, and how much does that make him dangerous, knowing that he can reverse, hold, sweep, and he's not just this pure wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, he is a former college wrestler, so I know that a lot of times when he gets into trouble, he relies on that, which is an awesome ability. And kudos to him for that and recognizing where he can win. I also do recognize where I can win. I feel like I'm very well-rounded in all aspects of the game, and whether it's on the feet or on the ground, I feel that I have a skill set that will give anybody in the division some difficulty.
We're going to go back to this fight in a bit. Take me back to your last fight. It was, as we mentioned before, it was you versus Tyree Fortune, not Tyrell, but younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
And how much, I know you won by rear naked choke. I know that for you, when we had you here, you kept saying, yeah, all right, look, he's a great college wrestler, but I'm an MMA wrestler. How much do you enjoy the fact that you were able to out-grapple and beat a guy who, growing, when both you guys were in wrestling, he was considered the dominant wrestler, and yet you used your grappling, your wrestling to beat him?
Yeah, I felt like going into that fight, I felt that I was going to be the dominant wrestler. But that was just the confidence in the work that we put in. I'm a real firm believer in you don't rise to the occasion, but you fall to the level of your preparation. And I really felt that we prepared well. And it's not, and we've never just prepared strictly for an opponent. We gain opportunity through the best opponents possible. So we really work on trying to get the hardest opponents and to develop my game. So it was a great test, a great opportunity, and I really think that it was able to bring something out of me that maybe other people didn't think that I had, and yeah, I was excited about it. But the fight game is crazy. We're fighting each other with 4-ounce gloves on, and you could finish a fight at my weight class with anything. So I just respect it, and wherever the fight goes, I do my best to prepare for that situation.
Was there? I mean, but there's a bit of peacocking because I know you heard other people talking. There are even other media people. Oh, this could be a wrestling contest. He's the better wrestler. He went to the Olympic Training Center. So when you beat a guy like that and you use your own wrestling, how much is like, hey, you guys can decrow. I wrestled this guy. Hey, he's supposed to be the Olympic, training wrestler. And yes, I whooped his ass. I did it. It's me, Grant Neal. There you go. Eat your heart out, baby.
Yeah, I think that for me, I just kind of quiet that noise because my goal was never to beat Tyree Fortune. My goal has always been to be the best MMA fighter that I can be, and my goals are to be the best in the world. It doesn't matter whether that's in Bellator or whether that's in any other place. My goal is to chase after the best in the world, and right now the best in the world are in Bellator, and at my weight class at least. And beating a guy is for me, it was just like short memory. Like I know the path that I'm on, and I know what I want to do. So to me, it was expected, and I just kept going with what I thought was expected, and I don't really think that it's not. I never took any malice towards anybody. People say a lot of things as we know in the media. So for me, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna fight the fight that presents itself in front of me.
How nice was that, fans? How nice was to have a crowd, an atmosphere? Because when you guys were doing this in the beginning, during the pandemic, and I give you guys a lot of credit. You stepped up. Other athletes decided, no, we're not going to do our sport. We're going to take time off. We're going to wait. A lot of you guys went back in there to work. You fought in empty crowds. You had to demand everything down there. How nice was it, that last fight where there was crowd, there were fans, and you weren't sequestered. You weren't being locked in your room for the entire time. You could actually leave a bit if you wanted to. How much did it help having that normalcy of, okay, we're getting back to somewhat normal life?
Yeah, so I actually wasn't the first fight back with fans. We were the fight right before that. We did have a little bit more leniency on being, I guess, out of the room. We still weren't able to, as athletes, weren't able to eat at the restaurants and stuff. But that's just with the commission, and Mazzulli runs a tight ship, so over there at the Mohegan Sun. So we just respected his wishes, and hopefully we did a good enough job to create an environment where other fighters could benefit from that. But yeah, we were the fight right before they opened everything up. But so I'm very excited to have some fans here. Hopefully a full house in San Jose. That's gonna be my excitement going into this, and I know I already have a ton of people, a whole entourage, my California family, some fans that just got on board, or I'm looking to garner some new fans once they see the Grant Neal train come through town. It's gonna be a great time to be able to interact with people. I think that as humans, it's really important to interact and create bonds and relationships, and a fan and a fighter relationship is a really super cool thing, and not many people get the opportunity to experience that. So I'm excited to get back to it.
how tough is that for you? You know, this past year, as you said, you know, like you agree, you got some freedom with the last fight, but
Mhm.
still, how tough was it? And I get every fighter's, you know, everybody fighter talks. Oh, don't we enjoy being in a room. You know, we're quiet people, but is it still frustrating where it's like you're almost like a little kid in timeout? They're telling you what to do, where to go. You got to be in that room, and as a fighter, you just want to have, you know, sometimes normalcy where this is my routine. I sometimes like to go and take a long, you know, long jog, or hey, this is my routine. I like to go at certain times to work out. Then I take a nap. Then I, you know, do road work during fight week, or I like to maybe just go off my own. How tough was that these last couple fights where the routines change and it's not because of you, it's because of the rules and you can't break them, and yet you and every fighter loves having that routine of just doing what you want to do when you want to do it when you can do it.
Yeah, I think it's just important to be a master of your situation and being able to control what you can control. So if I sit here and be upset about the my routine being changed or something that's not going perfect during fight week or something that I want, then my focus is deterred from performing to the best of my ability and giving the fans and the people that really allow me to do what I love to do, um, put on a show for them. And so my thing is just like I said, just I like to control what I can. And ultimately, people are going to make rules, people are going to do things, and you're always going to have something that you're going to have to abide by in any facet of life. So for me, it was simple. Just I just was controlling what I could, and the freedom is nice. But yeah, like for me, I get into a mindset. I get into like a conqueror's mindset. I'm not in. Um, I'm not the type of person that is always wanting to run away from the situation. I think it's important to be with those thoughts of doubt, those thoughts of fear, but also those thoughts of triumph and overcoming. And it's really important. I think it's healthy for me to be alone and navigate those situations. But if it ever gets too much, it was nice to be able to take a walk with my team and get out of the room a little bit. So I think just you got to be a master of your situation.
Bellator 266, you Alex Polizzi. Main event is Phil Davis versus Yoel Romero, and I know you're focusing on the fight, Polizzi, but nothing else. Is there a part of you though these last couple of weeks where it's like, okay, I'm getting closer now to calling out maybe a Yoel Romero or a Phil Davis, or you know, pick a name. But you know, it's you're no longer this punk kid, you know, who's 2-0, 3-0. They're going, all right, he's got to wait his turn. You're now 6-0. You beat the police. You're 7-0 here, and you have a lot of momentum. I mean, is there a part of you that's like, okay, I'm gonna call my shot soon. I'm gonna start targeting whether it's Davis, Romero, Machida. I want to start targeting somebody who they're a big name. They can get me a top 5 fight. They can get me a title contention. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, this is a cool sport. It's an awesome opportunity for me. You don't get those opportunities unless you focus on the task at hand. So I'm gonna kind of defer your question to ultimately I gotta beat the guy in front of me, and winning takes care of a lot. So you gotta really focus on what's in front of you, the task at hand, and then we can revisit this question after the fight, right? That's kind of where my mindset is at. I'm a very task oriented person. Um, Definitely I plan and definitely I have goals, but right now my task at hand, especially coming down to the 30-day mark before I step in the cage and absolutely wreak havoc on my opponent. Um, it's got to be dialed in and focused. My focus is definitely pinpoint, accurate, and I'm looking to eliminate the target. So, and unfortunately, the target in front of me is Alex Polizzi. I'm sure he's a great guy, and I know for a fact he's going to be an awesome competitor, and it's going to be a violent one. And I'm excited to grace the Bellator cage with some unprecedented violence and some crazy fireworks. And Alex Polizzi is my guy. He is the best in the world right now. And I signed that contract and he did too. So we called each other out. So that's the call out right now.
How tough is it, though, when you're human? I mean, you and I know, and from what I've talked with you, you are a guy who already focused and everything. You're looking forward to this, but the human side's going, damn, I really want to go Romero fight. I've been watching this guy here for years. Phil Davis, I saw him when he was in the UFC, and all of a sudden, there's that little voice going, hey, we're just a little bit closer here. Grant Neal versus Ryan Bader. It's nearly happening. We're going to make some magic. I'm going to knock out Ryan Bader in a couple of fights here. Light heavyweight championship. Nimco. I mean, because you, as you said, you're confident. You can beat anybody in this damn division. So how tough is it focusing on Polizzi when, as you said, it's right there to cusp? You're thinking, oh, crap. I beat Polizzi, when I get Davis, when I get Bader and Nemkov, we're the champions. I'm coming home with the belt here, baby.
For me, like you said, we're human. I compare it to like when you're a kid, you're waiting for Santa Claus, but I never was the type of kid to get like too excited. I was just like, hey, this is what happens today. And so I kind of carry that over, and that's just my human side. Like, obviously, there is opportunity, and there is a lot of phenomenal matchups, and these are guys that I look up to and still continue to as well to this day. But looking up to and respecting what they have done is very different to me than knowing that I have the ability to take my place on that line of phenomenal light heavyweight fighters. And I think Polizzi is my stepping stone in order to put myself and align myself in that position to be in that spot. And I'm sure, I mean, I hope that Polizzi feels the same way about me, because that's going to be a call for a phenomenal fight. And it's cool. It's a cool environment, and obviously it's fun to think about. Like, man, just 3 years ago, walking into a gym, getting the shit beat out of me by Brandon Gertz, and getting the shit beat out of me by Justin Gaethje and Pat Barry and Josh Copeland, and just a wide-eyed, bright-eyed kid, and then getting an opportunity to be taken under the wing by Nate Marquardt. It's crazy that it's gone this fast. I mean, it's not crazy, I should say. I'm very blessed that I've had the opportunity for it to go like this. And I'm a firm believer in doing the same things that got you to the dance. I haven't really changed much. It's just, and I think that's where the success kind of lies, the success that I've had so far. But I'm definitely looking forward to some of the bigger fights for sure.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's going to be all the way in San Jose. It is Romero versus Davis. And this man here is going to be taking on Alex Polizzi in a light heavyweight scrap with, well, his eyes on bigger prizes. I give you once again undefeated all the way from, well, we have no, where are you training out right now? Are you in Colorado? Are you in some other place? Are you in Vegas? Where the hell are you training for this fight? Are you back in Genesis?
I'm training at the farm. It's a little place that not many people want to go, and it's a hellish environment, and it gets you ready. And that is between a bunch of different people in gyms. And my farm's location is in Colorado, and that's between Genesis and Elevation Fight Team and Easton Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. That's my farm. So, and Landau Performance. So we're locked in. We're on the farm, and the biggest conquerors to ever, some would say, grace this earth. They all started as either farmers or shepherds. So I'm on my farm right now.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the farm, aka hell, aka Colorado's place where everybody goes to suffer, get the hell beat out of him. He has different tastes than I do. I give you once again Pro Bass's own. I give you Grant Neal. Grant, so besides Bass Pro, who else are your sponsors, and where can fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Where can fans hit you up at?
Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of interacting with my fans. You guys make my job possible, and you give me the opportunity to do what I love. So I love interacting with fans via Instagram. That's the easiest way to contact me, and just have some fun, pick a fighter's brain, do my best to get back to everybody, and then I also and you can find that at Grant Neal 34 on Instagram. And yeah, that's my Instagram page, and I have a link with all my sponsorships and people that have believed in me and gave me the opportunity as far as being an ambassador, sponsorship, helping me out through my fight career. And all my sponsors, hey, I'm not the type of guy that goes for the dollar sign. I go for sponsors that really do a lot for people, and that I use myself. I don't believe in representing something that you don't believe in yourself. And so I love giving my fans an opportunity and some insight into the life, and maybe it can benefit you. But the one sponsorship that I really have enjoyed, that's absolutely phenomenal, is a sponsor called DNA Vibe. And they use intelligent red light therapy to help with daily inflammation and pain and stressors. It's unbelievable product, unbelievable people that run the company, and you can find them on my page. And I have a lot of other sponsors that are like absolutely amazing. So check them out. My Instagram again is Grant Neal 34. My Twitter is just Grant Neal, and I also have a TikTok, and that's it's pretty fun on there. So I'm gonna task you guys with the opportunity to try and find me on TikTok. See if you can.
Grant Neal, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's going to be Fireworks, him, Alex Polizzi, Bellator 266, only on Showtime or the YouTube channel. Check our time and local listings for more details. We come back. Stay tuned for more great interviews coming up here only on Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Blue Wire Hustle Last Call YouTube channel.